Did I hear question 19? We sure did. Let's go. So question 19 is about, or task 19, call it, well, what you want. Create logical volume named database. Logical volume named database. I also have many views about logical volumes. Go and check it out. Create a logical volume called database. It should be on the data store volume group. 50 extent size, formatted with EX200. Data store must have an extent size of 8 megabytes. Okay. So the data store, which is the volume group, needs a 50 extent size, and the extent size needs to be 8 megabytes. Okay, which means we will make the math in a few seconds. Mount persistently on the MNT database mount point. So the math is, if you do 50 times 8, you get 400 megabytes. So in theory, a 400 megabyte partition should be good enough, but then you are just cutting things very short. Let's give us some headroom and some breathing room and make it bigger. I'm going to suggest 2 gigabytes, which is fine to house a 400 megabytes thingy-majiggy. But since we don't really know exactly, because I have not shown you yet what comes next, maybe we'll need some space added or later. So let's just create something with a little bit of headroom, and I'll suggest 2 gigabytes. So let's use STB for this. So fdisk/dev STB. This should be empty at this point, which it is. Okay. So let me see. Let me think a little bit. Sure, let's do new partition, primary partition number 1. I can start here, plus 2 gig. Print. There it is. We just changed the type to 8E, which is LVM. We print. It's there. We save. Cool. So the partition exists. With 2 gigabytes, it's more than we actually need for this, but give it some headroom. So it says it's STB1. So now we will create, we do pv create /dev STB1. So I highly advise you to check all the questions about partitioning, so you can see how can you manage the available space throughout all the questions. So you say, okay, I'm going to need 4 partitions. How many disks do I have? So plan ahead before you actually dive into executing the questions, because you might have to undo stuff to find space for other stuff. So check the questions. Here I'm going to share with you all the possible questions about partitioning that we may encounter. But scan the exam, especially after you do the password recovery in server B, and you see all the questions about partitioning and see what so can actually manage. pv create no device /dev STB1. Cool. I must have mistyped something in the previous command. I don't SBD. Okay, I type SBD, not STB. Nice, cool. So I do a PVS. Oh, I'm sorry. I do a PVS, and it's showing me this was already there. Ignore it. This is the one we just created, so we have 2 gigabytes to play with. Cool. Now let's create a volume group. VG create. And it's going to be, what was the extent size? I forget. 8. Okay, cool. So small s, it's extent size. 8 times it's 8 megabytes. It's going to be called data store. And it's going to be on the STB2. Again, I made the same mistake. STB2. Oh, STB1. It's the B disk. Never mind. Because it's, why did I type 2? I don't know. I have problems maybe. So yeah, it's STB1. I have created. So let's check with VGS. Yeah, VGS does not give me details about the extent size. So let's do VG scan. Also no, and VG display. So this is just me showing you all the three possibilities: VGS, VG scan, VG display. And the display is going to show you the extent size. So this is the one who created, and access size is 8 megabytes. So perfect. That's exactly what you want. And I want to create the logical volume with 50 extents. Cool. So let's do LV create. Lower L, it's exactly that. Extents, capital L, it's megabytes, gigabytes, and that stuff. Database on data store. So basically, I'm using 50 extents of the data store volume group to create the database logical volume. So LVS, C, 400 megabytes. So my initial math actually it actually confirms. You only need 400 megabytes, which is 50 times 8. So we have some headroom here, but it's fine. We may need it later. So what they want to mount this on the MNT database. Cool. So mkdir MNT MNT database, and we can go directly to alias BLK. We can go directly to the FS tab. So we can use the UID. You can use the device name. It's your call there. So I mean, I prefer like this. I do LVS or LV scan, and I just use this so I can. It's a little bit clearer to my brain, but you can use the UID if you prefer. It's fine. etc FS tab, LVM partitions. You don't have to do this, okay? This is just me being me. Partitions. Okay, ciao. Oh, I did not format it yet. I need to format the disk first. So let's format before we finish this. So mkfs EX3 Okay, it's done. So if I do BLK ID, you'll see it. It's there. Fine. We can carry on. So this is EX33 defaults. Forgot to add the MNT database. 00 looks fine. LVS just to make sure. Now we can do just mount -A. It's fine. df-h. There you have it. So this is our logical volume with 400 megabytes mounted on EMNT database. So just to make sure, logical database correct. Data store it is. 50 extent size it has 8 megabytes, which make it 400 megabytes, which is fine. So looking at all this, it looks to be a-okay to my eyes. So that's question what? We are already at 19 videos in this series. That's awesome. So this is all about LVM. Like, subscribe, and comment. Especially comment. I really want to hear questions and clear out all those questions. Or maybe someone else can also chime in. Like, subscribe, and comment. It really helps. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.